words a familiar story. Again, when you start reading all my emails, you'll see everything that I'm doing is just what I teach. Story time. Here's a story from a physical therapist I spoke to on the phone. Here's a story from somebody who told me X. I use that words all the time. Why do I use story? Why do human beings respond to story? Because every single night I take Harry to bed now, I'm asking him, which story do you want to hear? Which story do you want to read? He has a chemical that goes off every time he hears the word story, because he knows that's when he gets dad into bed to cuddle up to him, to read him a bedtime story where he feels the most safest point in his life just before he goes to bed. That will be with him till the day he dies, just like it is you, just like it is me, just like it is everybody else on this call who was read stories by their parents before bed. So I'm doing two things when I use those words. A, dragging you in, showing to you that, and this is the other crucial thing to understand with this. When I use the words, I hear the story, and we help somebody just like you, what it means is somebody else has walked that path. If somebody else has walked that path, it basically means it's okay for people like them to do business with people like you. And what they can do, I'm going to go really, really deep, but what they do when they do that at such a subconscious level, the moment that you tell them somebody else like them has already done business with you, they can essentially go, that's me absolved of making a decision. Because if this goes wrong, I can turn around and say it's okay because other people are doing it.
They know it's safe.
They know it's safe.
There's no lions out there.
There's no lions. But crucially, if it goes wrong, they can blame somebody else. And again, I keep trying to explain to people, this is what we humans do. Okay, we love to blame somebody else. This is frightening how much we were talking about this morning. We were explaining an analogy where in Britain right now, people are coming in and saying, oh, I'm thinking about going on holiday, but I just can't decide where to go. So right, and it's going on over there, it's going on everywhere. It's just an analogy. So for 3 months, picture a girl in her 30s who's agonizing on the internet of what to do and where to go, and she's looking at Ibiza and she's looking at Spain and Portugal and Greece, and there's that many decisions, she just doesn't know where to go. And on a chance conversation with my secretary that will happen at some point, Vicky will say, well, you know what, I went to Portugal last year and I had a great time. And the girl who she's speaking to starts to think, you went to Portugal? Oh, I might look at that. And then all of a sudden she goes home and she tells her husband or her boyfriend or her partner or whatever and says, you know, I think we should go to Portugal. I was speaking to this girl today. She went and she had a great time. Next week she'll come in. Guess what? We booked that holiday. We booked it. We're off to Portugal. Because a couple of things can happen. A, we took the decision away from her. And B, somebody else did it who's just like her, who she looks at and respects and knows and likes and whatever else. And then if the decision goes wrong, she can say to her husband, well, that girl at the physio clinic told me to go to Portugal. She can make she can absolve herself from the blame if the decision goes wrong. That's a massive factor in how every single one of us makes a decision. It's why we keep asking everybody, what do you think? I'm about to buy this car, what do you think? I'm about to go on holiday, what do you think? I'm about to have another kid, what do you think? I'm about to move house, what do you think? Because if they tell us it's okay, we can go back and say, but you told me it was going to be all right. That's what
it's interesting.